What's up, guys? This is Sam Green with Guitar Ramble. We're at the 2018 Winter NAMM show in the Lowden booth here with Mr. George Lowden. How you doing, George?
I'm doing fine. It's very dry here, but I'm still able to talk, so yeah, it's okay.
Good. So what do we have new with Lowden? I see you're holding something that's unique for your company,
Yes.
An electric guitar.
Yes. I never thought I would be doing this, but I was invited about a year and a half ago by a professional musician to make just one solid body guitar, and I did it, and then everybody seemed to like it so much, so I just decided to do it. So yes, so here we are with a solid body Lowden guitar, and my thinking in the design was that I didn't want it to look like just another Les Paul copy or an SG or anything. I just wanted to try and design something which was Lowden, if you like. And so I went away to Portugal and spent a week on my own just thinking through the concepts, and came up with this design, and I'm very happy with it. So yeah.
Very nice. It looks beautiful. What are some of the key design aspects that you took into consideration when making the guitar?
Okay, well, the one that I made 3 sister guitars 40 years ago, electric guitars, and with those I used a straight through neck construction, so there was no neck joint at all. But I did that for to increase the sustain. So with this one I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to increase the sustain, so I designed a number of features. For example, the strings on this guitar go right through the body, but inside the guitar there's a solid block of brass where the strings are anchored here. So just under the top here there's a block of brass, and then of course at the back there's another string solid brass holder, and then as well as that, for sustain there's the 5-piece neck, which gives extra stability. And generally for the balance of the guitar, you know how it is if you've got something that's balanced properly, if you spin it, it keeps on spinning for a long time. Or it's the same thing with the guitar. If it's balanced properly, there'll be a natural sustain that's inherent in the design. So that's what I've done with this. I've tried to get the balance right. I've tried to get the mass of the wood done in such a way that it doesn't leak too much sustain. So I think I've achieved that, but I'm still trying to make it better, of course, always.
Yeah, very cool. So this is now going to become a standard model for you?
Yes. Yes, this is the first one. It's called the GL-10. In this case, the GL-10 KO for Koa. And the pickups, for example, are made by Lowden in the States here, and we did a lot of research on that first, and they are really fantastic pickups. We're very, very happy with that. So yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm very pleased. It means that with this guitar you can play it clean. You don't have to sort of overdrive it to get it to sustain. You can just let it sustain naturally if you want. And if you want to overdrive it, you can, of course. So we're very happy so far.
Very good. Now, is it a standard configuration in terms of pickup selectors, 3-way, and then probably 2 volumes and a tone or something like that? Or
yes, exactly, 2 volumes and a tone.
Okay.
I was going to do it the other way because I was thinking about having a single violining kind of control. But in fact, some of my staff, I had a small team working on this with me, and they helped with some of the design features, for example, and it's always good to get a team bouncing ideas off each other, and so their idea was to have 2 volumes and 1 tone, and everybody seems to think that that's working well. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, what wood selections are you looking at for? Is it a standard line, or is it, for instance, you said this one's Koa.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so this one is, all of the guitars are Brazilian mahogany backs, Central American mahogany necks with a rosewood or walnut splice in the neck, bog oak head facing. This is the oak that's been underneath the bogs for 5,000 years.
Hence the color, the dark.
Yeah, very, very dark. So that's just natural colored oak. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And then for the front, the top plate, if you like, in this case it's Koa, beautiful Koa, as you can see. and we also do walnut and Tasmanian blackwood at the moment. So those are the three options.
Okay. Very, very nice. And then looks like maybe ebony fretboard.
Yes, ebony, always ebony fretboard. As usual, we haven't put any markers on the face of the ebony.
It's a nice clean look. The whole.
And also, most players don't actually use those anyway. Even though, I mean, I suppose if they were sitting like this, they might. But you know, when you're sitting like that, you don't see them, of course.
Right.
So it's always been something I like. You know, clean look. Also for the pickups. You know, in order to get at them, if you like, if you want to change the height of them or something, you just take out these screws and then this little piece of coil just lifts out and then you can get at everything.
Very cool.
Very nice, clean look as well. And then we have recesses around the controls, which is another nice touch. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to add about that we haven't covered yet in terms of design, sound, or any considerations?
No. Just go and try one. I think it's you know, all guitar players look. You know, first of all, it has to look good, but it has to be appealing. You know, and it has to say, "Hey, come and play me." But the real test is getting it in your hands like that and actually giving it a test drive. And so far, all of the players that we've shown it to, all the professional players, all of them have just loved it. So we're guardedly optimistic that we're on the right track, you know, with this one.
And when will these become available?
The first ones are going to be in the shops in March, April, and then, but that's a limited production. We're only making 60 of these in the first production run, and then, but the real production will start in August. So they'll be more widely available after that, but it's still very limited. You know, we're a small company and we like it that way. So we're not going to be churning them out or anything like that. So if you find our one of our acoustic dealers, you know, most of them will be carrying them. Yeah. So there you go.
It's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks so much for talking to us about it.
I mean, I'm going to hand it over to Stephen here. I'm very, very happy to be working with Stephen Inglis from Hawaii. What a player he is, and we're just delighted. So I'm going to hand it over to him now, and he can give it a bit of a test drive as well.
Sounds great. All right, Stephen, we'll let you take it away.
Thank you, George. Well done. So we have here this beautiful GL-10 in Koa. It's a lovely guitar. So I'll start with the sounds on the neck. Pick up here. Love that nice neck, just a lot of body, but still got the sparkle, and look at the nice chiming middle position now. Take it to the bridge now. Lovely trebly snap. If you're a telly player and it really covers a lot of ground, and I was surprised I'm not surprised how amazing it is, but just the liveliness of every pickup setting. You know, you play some humbuckers and you can get a little lost in the neck, a little muddy, even if you crank up the treble but this not the case. Just the combo of the mahogany and the koa gives it that sparkle, and just lovely. I'm talking more than I'm playing, but it's so the bridge with a little bit of highs rolled off. You can still get that.